Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are going into our series section here on the mauzycasts channel, part of our live casting stuff. If you like what you see, don't forget to join. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to join via the Twitch link in the description for next time. But we have a best of 3 series from, I believe it was KSL week 36 from back in the day, almost 10 weeks behind that. It is going to be Berserkers Dimaga, spawning at the bottom right side of Hardlet. As in the top left side, we have our Teal Protoss, Starcraft's Ashbringer, PvZ action, best of 3. As we have the standard hatch gas pool opener on the side of Dimaga, as well as we have a gateway scout coming up from Ashbringer. And Ashbringer is going to go with the standard procedures, some good old 1 gate fast expand, obviously. That is basically the standard in everything, except for PvP. I mean, some maps even in PvP, or if your name is MaxPax, or as we soon learned, Magnef. If your name is Magnef, then obviously you can 1 gate fast expand. You're allowed. It's quite funny. I watched Magnet play some ladder the other day. He streamed it via Discord, and I remember he was talking to someone who would play PvP against, and he was like, "Oh, just play." I can't even recall what he said to play against him. If you know that your opponent is 1 gate expanding, just play this or that, and like, just, you know, start gateway scanning or just blind counter it or something like that. And the guy was like, basically, it's like, nobody plays it. Well, Magnef and MaxPax. Those are the 2 people. Then obviously there was supposed to be 1 more player. I can't remember, and I don't think we actually said the name. So yeah, just a bit of an inside info over there, a little anecdote. You should know, this is part of the Starcraft culture. The only 2 people who are actually playing 1 gate fast expand PvP are MaxPax and heroesmauzy. Oh, okay. Ashbringer a bit indecisive with that stalker on where he wants to split his shots. Oh, obviously cannot split the shots. He's not going to lose anything. Those links. There's gonna be confirmation that. Oh, wait a second. Hold on a moment. Okay, so there's gonna be confirmation, yes, but it's not gonna be a Stargate. For some reason, I assume the Stargate as that is basically the bread and butter. But it's going to be potentially Blink, I'd say. Maybe even Glaives. Honestly, I'd say Glaives. Yeah, Glaives without the Stargate, it should be Glaives. Or it could be a Darkshine as well. It could potentially be a Darkshine. So you have a Forge and we have a Robo. And I'd be surprised if we wouldn't see Glaives off of this. Or a Dark. Wait. Okay, no gases, no extra gases, so I assume it's gonna be Glaives. Trying to figure out what this is. We have +1, but we have nothing coming in from this Twilight Council. Hello, Ashbringer? I think Ashbringer just forgot the Glaives, right? Surely he forgot the Glaives, right? Surely, as you have a bit of a link pressure here, and there's no 3rd base, so that should be a dead giveaway that this is going to be. Okay, hold on a moment. Hold your phones, as we have a Twilight Templar Archives. So wait a second, is this going to be Archon drop off of Templars, or is this going to be Storm drop? No, I don't think it's going to be Storm drop, right? It's not Storm drop. Definitely not Storm drop. Technically, it could be I'm honestly a bit confused here. I'm actually not a bit. I'm hella confused. On the side of Dimaga, we have everything coming in a super standard way. I'm expecting a fourth base coming soon. Well, technically no. Wait a second. No. I, I'd say okay. We're gonna have Archon drop. And I think Dimaga spotted it, so it's gonna have a bit of an advantage, knowing it from before it's happening. Now the third base comes in, so we had a 2-base pressure opener into a third base from Ashbringer. Oh, but he doesn't see it. Okay, that's quite a bummer. It's gonna lose the Overlord as well. Dimaga is in a decent spot, but not the best of spots, obviously. He's gonna lose a couple of Overlords, and now the Queens are gonna try to take down that. I almost said shuttle. That's why I shouldn't watch ASL before casting Starcraft 2, right? Alright. Prism will go in once again. Ooh, the Spore didn't even fire. So, good reflexes by Ashbringer. Okay, finally something out of that Twilight Council is coming in. So this is a bit of an interesting variation of an Archon drop, because this is coming off of a Templar Archives, and there's no Storm, but +2 is actually on the way, so Ashbringer is kind of, I wouldn't want to say rushing upgrades, but he's constantly upgrading, which is quite nice. You always want to have a decently upgraded Protoss army. And he's actually just taking down some stuff on the edge. There's a 4-base in the bottom left side. Now, is this the correct 4-base? Do I like this? Isn't this exposed to like run-bys? I mean, you can technically defend it with static D. Is there an observer on the map? No observer yet, so I wouldn't hate it if there was an observer with this. I actually wouldn't hate it, like, at all. There's 3 Immortals though, so nothing to actually complain about. There's the observer right now, finally decides that he needs to clean this. And there's 14 roaches, but that's Immortal number 4. And do we have more Immortals queued up? That's the question. Yes! We have Immortal number 5. And I think it should chrono it. Actually, no, never mind. I think 4 Immortals, 3 or 4 Immortals one-shot the roaches, right? Okay, he's gonna spot the whole roach army. That is brilliant. Okay, might just bait this into it. But Ashbringer? Okay, Ashbringer decides that he's gonna give up everything here. He's gonna give up the Cider Core. Obviously, oh, that's a beautiful trap here. He's gonna have to use the Bios to actually get away from here. Nice trap attempt here by Ashbringer, actually. I don't know if it was totally necessary to lose the Cyber Core, but obviously it is what it is. Now, there's no Stargate potential to go up to Stargate, unless the Cyber Core is done again. There we go. He needs to fill up this gap as well in the wall, so that's also something we need to look into a bit later on down the road. But obviously for now, there's no link, so that means these roaches are not going to move as fast. They're not going to rush in. So he wants the space probably for Warpanes and just flanking a bit easier. That's why he's not filling the gap between this wall. We're in the wall. Just plugging it. Okay. Dimaga once again will go out on the map. Or will stay on the map rather. He's actually going to get some decent force fields, beautiful bios, instantly reacting to them. He's not using the bios straight up offensively. Nice bios once again. It's gonna move a couple of roaches in front. Do we have enough sentry energy? No, not enough sentry energy, so that's going to be quite painful. Okay, one more is going to get destroyed by his own Archon. If you guys didn't know, Archons can walk through those force fields, destroying them. The power is so overwhelming that it literally just shatters the force field. Let's see if this is going to be enough for Dimaga as Ashbringer is pushing forward. 5 immortals on the plate. 6, actually, I cannot even count. Happens to the best. No bats on stream, as we say. But Ashbringer is going to chase this army, and he can actually take a fight with 2 sides. And there's no Ravagers. There's no potential to actually destroy these force fields unless the Archons walk through it, which obviously Ashbringer would not really want to do. 5th base is going to be cancelled 100%. Needs to be careful not to get a kill. There we go. It's gonna get back to 125 minerals. And now Ashbringer is pushing through. There's a lot of roaches here, but there's no Ravagers, so in case of force fields, that is not going to be a potential to actually add more mobility. And there we go. There is the GG as Ashbringer takes game number 1. And we're back with game number 2 here on Alcyone. Ashbringer in the top right side for Team Starcom, and his opponent Dimaga for Berserker Esports in the bottom left side. And we saw an interesting strategy coming out from Ashbringer. It was quite the strat to go for Twilight into Robo, into Gateways, into Forge with +1, and I was like, okay, there has to be something that's gonna be researched from that Twilight, right? He's just forgetting about it. It's a kind of a blunder, but no, it wasn't. Actually was a brilliant Templar Archives. First I thought it's gonna be Storm, but it didn't turn out to be the case. But it was beautiful Archon harassment, Prism Archon harassment to snipe a couple of overlords. There was no observer. That's the one thing that I would have loved there, to like crawl out an observer early on and then go into those immortals. I mean, you would have had the observer faster and you would have had the immortal right on time. It would have helped a lot if you would have that observer, because then the creep is not getting spread. I mean, 2 Archons in a Prism are very dangerous, right? So you need to be very, very careful. You need to try and just defend your bases by not letting it drop into the main or the natural or whatever. But yeah, once again, Hatchgas pool on the side of Dimaga. And we're gonna have the standard 1 gate expand on the side of Ashbringer, and I'm curious to see what we're going to have as the first tech on the side of Ashbringer. Now, this map is quite interesting. I'd say Stargate is a safe call. We don't see the Warp Gate, so I think it's gonna be Stargate. There we go. There is a Stargate. We see it on the production tab as the Overlord will arrive, and we'll see that there is no Warp Gate being researched for now. It's going to see the first step being chronoed out. So usually when you chrono it out, means that you want to send it across the map, and that is going to be exactly the case. Ashbringer will send the first step across the map, and the 2 lings are coming in to scout, and Ashbringer cancels the shade. Now Dimaga might just go in and might just sacrifice these 2 lings to actually confirm what this is. Ooh, and that's going to be quite interesting. And now the shade is going to chase. Okay, finally confirms that it is a Stargate, so quite interesting way to actually let these lings in. Obviously at this level it's not going to be too big of a difference. At my level it would be that the Protoss just leaves the unit at home, or just chronos the second one. Obviously it's not the end of the world if you let your Stargate be scouted, because that's pretty much the safest and most common option. Now we can see that Ashbringer just rallies this Oracle to the pillar, but he's gonna be surprised that the Overlord is not there. We can see, okay, there's a second Oracle. Now we can see 3 Oracles. You can see double Oracle into Void Ray into Oracle. We can see 3 Oracles into Void Ray. There's so many options. So many options. The probe gets sniped here at the 3rd, and that means the Oracle has to activate a Pulsar Beam, which means that it's going to burn a lot of the energy, and the only thing that it can do later on is going to be scouting. It has enough for Revelation, not enough for Stasis Trap though. And second Oracle will join up. Let's see if he's going to decide to move out. He is going to move out. I mean, there's a pylon. You could throw down a shield battery, obviously. And there we go. There is the Void Ray as well. And that's going to be rallied to the pillar. But once again, I'm not sure if Ashbringer realized it, but there's no Overlord. I mean, the Overlord has pissed off already. Okay, it's gonna come in, but there's spores ready. It's going to pull the drones. 2 drones will fall, and the Revelation will be dropped. Ashbringer is going to just piss off with his Oracles. Now, the couple of links that were there a bit earlier, they will actually, oh, maybe they spotted the Overlord, the Void Ray, sorry. Now Ashbringer is going to search for that Overlord. He's not going to go wide enough. Okay, he's going to try and search for another Overlord on the other side. But he's going to fail massively because there's just no Overlord. Oracles will come into the main. Let's see if he can actually spot something. Okay, he's going to turn his attention to the 3rd base. 4th is not yet on the way for Dimaga. Ashbringer with these Oracles is actually having a good time. Yeah, 4 kills. Yes, that's not the biggest of deals, but it's actually something, right? It's 7 links and 3 what you call it? 3 drones. So not bad. Obviously, you just keep the Zerg honest, because you also have to force them to morph 3 spores. Now, the Dark Shrine follow-up, I'm not exactly sure about it. I mean, and Robo Bay as well. And Blink and everything, and +1. The only way the Dark Shrine makes any sense, in my opinion, is if you morph Archons with it. Because there's gonna be spores. Why would you get a Dark Shrine? It's a bit more interesting to see this develop. There's no Prism, so that remains to be seen. If it's going to be any kind of Archon jump or something. There's the first DT warping in. The first DT left the base. Oh, he needs to be careful not to actually hit this link. Okay, he's not on auto attack. Oracles will take a couple of turns. This game is quite passive on both sides so far. Obviously, Ashbringer doesn't want to lose to something really silly, and Dimaga doesn't want to also lose to something silly. As oh, the DT got dealt with. Okay, the DT has fallen. I'm not sure what that one Dark Templar achieved, but yeah, so far it's not great. So far it's not great for Ashbringer. I'm not sure why he actually went for that Dark Shrine at this point. He's gonna spot the Hydras, which is good. He's having Colossus on the way. Lurkers, actually. Okay, but these are Hive Tech Lurkers, so these Lurkers will not have upgrades, Seismic Spines, respectively Adaptive Talents, the range and burrow speed upgrades, anytime soon. But +2 Missile and +2 Carapace is on the way. +2 Carapace a bit later. It'll kick in a bit later, but there's a push. Okay. It's gonna see that it burrows slowly. But this is still nonetheless a very scary army. And Colossi are actually not great against this. Storm is somewhat decent, but obviously those are going to be Archons. Immortals do surprisingly well against these lurkers, because they can actually like pierce through their armor quite easily, like butter. They deal okay against lurkers and ultras. Ultras maybe even more so than lurkers. Now Dimaga is going to smash these rocks to open up the map a tad bit. Probably smash the rocks in front of his natural, right? I mean, oh wait, these are the rocks in front of his natural. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's a set of rocks being destroyed over here. And I believe a set of rocks will be destroyed here. Let's see if that's going to be the case. Dimaga has fallen back with this army. Bit of a passive game, honestly, if you ask me. A bit of a passive game. But it is what it is. You can't really do anything about it. I mean, both players try to be careful. Dimaga is fighting for his tournament life, so Ashbringer obviously would not want to face Dimaga again, most likely, I would say. These two guys might just be like old rivals. I know Dimaga has been around for forever, basically. I'm not sure about Ashbringer, but yeah, Dimaga has been around for basically forever, since the beginning of Wings. I did my homework. I saw documentaries and everything. I think I watched a documentary with Stefano from the Esports Storyteller, and there he faced Dimaga a couple of times. So yeah, could be a bit of a rivalry here. Maybe. Okay, oh, the lurkers are actually in a beautiful position, but it's not going to be enough. I mean, those zealots could have evaporated like quite instantly. There's only +2 attack, no defensive upgrades on the side of Ashbringer. But there's a couple parasitic bombs and blinding clouds from those vipers. Will this be enough? He's going to clean it up. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is very, very close. The Void Ray is getting damaged. All of the oracles are falling. Now roaches are going to clean up this whole army. And all of a sudden, Dimaga is up 100 supply. And beautifully just taking away the whole army of Ashbringer. Wow. This was a cleanup. This was more one-sided than it looked, actually. Ashbringer just went in head first into lurkers, and I think Dimaga got surprised and just unburrowed and just ran with the lurkers. I'm not sure. Maybe he could have held the ramp as well. But on the other side, ooh, that's a massive stasis trap. But is this going to be enough? I don't think so, as there's 80 army supply advantage on the side of Dimaga. Not anymore, only like 65. Actually, no, never mind, even more. We don't do maths, okay? I'm trying not to do maths. Okay, now it was 65 exactly. But no, we're not trying to do maths, okay? That's something that you need to understand. We don't try to do maths. So, as slow as this game started off, now we have another push coming in from Dimaga, and obviously Dimaga is gonna snap that Colossus. There's a GG on both sides, and we are going to game number 3. Alright. And game number 3 will feature Golden Aura as our deciding map for this best of 3 series. Dimaga for Berserker Esports in the bottom right side. Ashbringer for Team Starcom in the top left side. These players traded blow for blow, and now they are on the way to decide who's going to advance in this bracket. Whoever saw this live or just checked the bracket already, they know, but we're replay casting, so we're gonna have the... I don't know, by the way, I don't know who advanced. I never actually look at these, and just, you know, I don't process it. Even if I see multiple series of a person, I don't actually process it. And I also never know who they beat first if they advanced. So yeah, that is something to take into consideration. Like, even I don't know who's winning, right? So even if I just check to make sure that it's not you know, for example, I see 3 games and I'm like, okay, is this a best of 3 or a best of 5 3-0? So in that case, I just check where they are situated in the bracket, but that's pretty much it. Like, I don't check the actual score or who advanced or anything like that. That's why the semifinals and the finals are in separate folders, so that is great, and good awareness on the KSL team side. As usual, if you enjoy it, be sure to sub to the Mauzycasts channel, as well as follow the Twitch to be here alive, as we do these once or twice a week, so it's good to actually not lose these. For example, this week I am on leave. I'm on leave from work, so I decided to do some kind of an SC2 bootcamp. I'm not resting that much. I am trying to sleep at least like 7-8 hours if I can. But I am actually grinding. Today, for example, I grinded from like 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. my time, so that was like focused ladder and replay analysis session. So it's actually quite efficient, to be honest, because I feel like I'm improving. I also went in printf mode and just started an Excel sheet. I'm probably gonna do that for a couple hundred games, honestly, because why wouldn't I? And that's gonna be exclusively for my main account. So if I do laddering on stream, it's gonna be via a streaming account or something that I dedicate exclusively for the stream. But honestly, I kind of enjoy casting nowadays on stream, so I'm quite happy to do these live for you guys. So if you also enjoy it, then why not do it, right? And I had good feedback on it, so I'm getting a couple of replays every now and then, and it's basically very, very cool to just see people pop up in the chat, you know, a couple familiar names and whatnot. A couple links will move across. These are probably the third base denial links, but Dimaga 3 for 3. He's not gonna find the third base. I believe even in the first game the third base was a tad bit later. Now what is gonna be the follow-up here? We're gonna have Private Council and Double Forge. Okay, after a Void Ray opener, and we don't have Oracles following this up, and we're gonna have okay, 2 gateways. So this is a 2-gate Double Forge Twilight opener from Ashbringer. That is wild, honestly. And now we have a Oracle queued up. Void Ray is gonna scout around the map, try to find some stray overlords. Just keeping the Zerg honest, pulling back all the overlords as much as possible. I'm gonna have the Roach Warren a third time. I know Dimaga loves his roaches, so why not play that, right? Ooh, cheeky little Dark Shrine over here. Let's see if we can actually make this whole thing work. But obviously, since it's a Stargate opener, you can never know. Maybe it's an Oracle follow-up, and especially now that it's gonna be an Oracle follow-up, how do you go into what you call it, into DT tech and just avoid the sports, right? I mean, the only way, once again, DT Shrine makes sense here is if you want Archons. Now that could be the case because Ashbringer is quote unquote like somewhat equal on the gas mineral gas count, so he has 4 gases. Dimaga doesn't know about this, so Obviously, if you can scout that there is more than 2 gases, then you can decide that it's kind of like a DT opener. Especially if it's 2 base. I think 445 is the fastest DT that you can get, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. 4 DTs are gonna go across the map. Last game there was like a single Dark Templar, I think. A single one. Not more. Ooh la la. ETs are chiming in, just coming in. Oh my goodness. Oh, Rocker, hello. The big Rocker with the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Oh, he's gonna snipe the sport. That is beautiful. And now he's going for the hatchery. This is not a bad move from Ashbringer, honestly. Let's see if the Butas can cause just as much ruckus as we can actually see here from these ETs. Ooh, is there a recall in place? No. It's gonna be just a morph into Archon to actually buy some more time, as the Archon, even when morphing, casts 350 shields. Rocker, thank you very much once again for the raid. Welcome, welcome, Raiders. I'll give you a shout out in just a couple of seconds. We will after this match. But if you don't know Rocker, be sure to check him out, as he's a Giga Chad of a player. He's the brother of the late In Control, so just as cool. I believe that was Samo who gave the shout out. Thank you very much. That's why he's the moderator in every single in every single channel. Some people might think that it was kind of a meme that I made him a moderator, but no. Actually, I love that Samo is always present. He's basically some kind of like guardian angel of every single Starcraft Twitch streamer. And the man is not lying. If you enjoy some mediocre Diamond 2 Zerg gameplay and some fancy casting of all kinds of levels, not the highest level every single time, but we have those as well, then surely you should crush that follow button, as the man said. Hopefully, Rocker, you had a great stream. Hopefully you kind of rushed a couple of people with Nexus first. These mutas actually, did they achieve that much? They caused some ruckus at the third base, but not as much as Dimaga would have wanted to. But Dimaga is actually taking the gold base, and he has the fourth already. Oh, sorry, even the fifth. Okay, hold your phones over there. Now wait a minute. Honestly, I'm not even sure about this Hydra transition. I mean, it's gonna be useful because Ashbringer is kind of committing to these Phoenixes. He already has 8 of them. Okay, let's see if he's gonna continue or not. I'm trying to remember what kind of crystals are those. Oh, but hold on a moment. We need to pay attention to this fight. That is a huge stasis trap as Bailey's rolling to the middle line. But these Zealots and the Shield Factory Overcharge will actually keep Ashbringer alive for now. Phoenixes are going to lift a lot of things over here. And the ground is not safe anymore because the Archons, Immortals, and everything else will be the bane of this Zerg army, as Ashbringer is just dominating on the defense. Lost 14 probes and down to 48. But yeah, it is mighty tough for Dimaga to actually just break through. Obviously the Phoenix lifts are actually quite nice. that ramp is really difficult to push through. Now Ashbringer is going to move on to creep. Ooh, Mr. Dave Tester. Hello. Welcome. It's nice to see you as well in the chat. Right, and now Ashbringer, Immortal Shields getting popped. The Queens are actually helping with the DPS. And the Void Ray shields are gonna get plummeted. Oh, beautiful bios! Just crushing that Void Ray, but there's still an Archon and 2 Immortals. And Immortals love to shred through Roaches, but not through Hydras, not through Lings, not through Ravagers as much, and Queens either. But they are going to somehow push through, as there's a couple of Zealots over here. Now let's see, the drones are being pulled, and this is kind of a desperation move out of Dimaga. Let's see if that's going to save him or not. He has plenty of drones, but he shortly is getting short on drones. 20 drones fall. There's still 2 Immortals. These 2 Immortals have survived through hell, but that is gonna be, oh, he cannot save the Immortal. Even a probe gets annihilated. Also, if you don't know, Mr. Dave Tester. And also, we need a shout out for him. We need to give a shout out to Mr. Dave Tester as well. Huge giga chat of the Starcraft community. It's an absolute banger every single stream. Obviously, one of the reasons that we are able to cast the KSL or replays from the KSL is because of his hard work as well as the other organizers. Now let's see if Ashbringer can defend. There's no more stasis traps, no more oracles though. So last time the stasis traps were absolutely huge, and so far we actually casted a couple of replays where the stasis traps were super huge. We casted Gunner versus Scion earlier, and those were absolute monstrous stasis traps. So I don't think it's gonna be topped. This gold base is probably the saving grace for Dimaga, as the mineral income is going to be huge. It has a decent amount of gas, not the huge bank, but the minerals are actually coming in really fast. Now, upgrades wise, none of the players are actually super high on upgrades. Usually at 40 minutes you could already have like +3 as well. +2 melee is just now finishing. Do we have a Baneling? Wait, sorry. Yeah, of course we have a Baneling. Oh my, oh no, Dimaga is only a lair. Oh, doesn't even have an infestation pit. Did he lose the infestation pit? No, he only lost a hatchery. Dimaga is on lair tech. He's gonna have to break these force fields. Let's see if that's gonna be enough. The Zealots are actually coming to intercept those lanes. Let's see if that's going to be enough. 3 probes will fall, but that is not a lot. And those Balings have been trapped with the force fields. Oh, and now they're going to flood through, but the old Dimaga's own units are actually blocking them out. 7 probes will fall, but this could be a total disaster, and it's not. The only problem is, if Ashbringer loses this, it's going to be down to 2 bases. Oh, this is once again super close. Oh, it's gonna get the Nexus. It's gonna get the Nexus, and that is really painful on the side of Ashbringer, because now he has to waste 400 minerals to actually get another Nexus, and he's oversaturated. Oh my, oh, he's mining off of a couple of probes and long distance mining. That is all he has. Does he know about this base? I think he does. Yes, he does. And now Dimaga is in control of this game. It's actually amazing how Dimaga was struggling to break through, and he struggled to break through once again through that ramp. I'm not exactly sure why Dimaga tried to break through that ramp with only one side, but I guess he has his reasons. Okay, he's gonna break the force fields, but I don't think it was kind of necessary. Obviously, this is going to be kind of a bloodbath here. Ashbringer desperation attack. Let's see if that's going to be enough. A bit of Warp Prism micro. It's actually doing fine. It has to warp in, but that is going to be even a low GG out of Ashbringer as he loses his third base, has to counterattack, and that is going to be it. It's gonna seal the deal. Dimaga will take the series 2-1. Now, for the YouTube people, if you enjoyed this and you would like to be part of it live, I stream at least 2 times a week on Twitch, so be sure to check the link down below the description and give me a follow and you'll be notified. And feel free to come and say hi to the chat. As for the Twitch people, we're gonna move on. We have 2 more series, but thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all of you.